Hello guys, good evening. Welcome to my channel. So finally, after a long wait, my interview for RRBPO is over today. Okay, so it was on today, and the shift was afternoon shift, and my panel was panel number 4. So totally, there were 6 panels, and which I got the panel 4. And today is the last day for scale 1 officer. For scale 2 and scale 3, tomorrow it will be a half day. So, so my according to my roll number and my region. So I guess we were in the last group where the scale 1 officer interview has been concluded. So I'll share my experience. So you could have seen like what is this credibility of panel members and all. So I'll explain you in detail. So just bear with me. You can watch it in 1.5x if you feel bored. And let us see like what are the questions that I was asked and what was my experience. Okay. So not only me, many students have faced this, but it's okay. So I had been to the center at 1 p.m. and we went up to the third floor and the DV was held, and it will be called according to your roll number. So believe me or not, the students who are called in the initial the first 10 members are very lucky, and the remaining people are unlucky. I can say directly because the panel members are same. They'll get shuffled between all the panels. Okay, they are conducting the interview from 14th and they're already bored so much. And if you are at the end of any of the sessions, then it's like you're dead because they're already bored by asking the same number of questions to the candidates, and they can't sit at a single place and also ask the questions. So they're already bored. So it's like for the many students, it will go up to 6:15 p.m. And for them, just 2 to 3 questions are asked, and random numbers of mark will be given, and yes, that's it. The interview will be over. So I don't know what is the wrong with them, but according to, for me it was at 5 p.m. So it was above in between 5 to 5:30. My interview was just for 6 minutes. So it was just for 6 minutes. So I'll tell you like what are the questions that are. So I entered the room, and there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members, and this was a female. Okay, so I entered the room and the chair was placed here, but the chairman told and the door is not locked properly, there is some problem in the door, go back and close it. So I went back and closed the door, and again I came back here, and I sat down. I said first I said good afternoon ma'am, but she did not look towards me. Then I said good afternoon to everyone. Okay, and then I sat down, and after sitting down, this member said that, oh okay, he's from Mysuru. And since the interview was also in Mysuru, he told okay, he's from Mysore. And he also asked me, do you know Kannada? And told yes sir, my mother tongue is Kannada and I can speak Kannada. This completely went in Kannada itself. All the questions that were asked, all the conversation between me and all these panel members was in Kannada. But for since many people will see this interview, I'll speak in English itself. Okay. Then this person started what have you studied? I told like I've studied everything with respect to banking, RBI, financial terms, etc. and all. Then he started questions with respect to NPA. He said there is a different categorization of NPA, tell me that. So I started with NPA, but he told, oh, I don't want the explanation and all, just to get into the point. So I started like substandard assets, doubtful assets, and loss assets. So I told me the asked me the criteria, and I also told the criteria. Then he started asking me the provisioning percentage, like what is the exact number. So I was not sure about this, and I did not wanted to take risk by telling him wrong. So I told sir, I am not sure, can I take a guess? But he told no guesses, you have to tell me correctly. Then instead of risking it, I told no sir, I don't know. So that if I tell wrong, then it will create a bad impression. Okay. Then this female lady started, oh like you are very close to this interview also, by asking my area. And I said yes ma'am, it's just 10 to 15 minutes in vehicle. And then she stopped. Okay. Then again this person asked me like 1 second, I'll rub this. Oh, it's okay. 1 second. Okay, so again this panel member started asking me what are the recovery measures for NPA. So I started, sir, there are various recovery measures, and one of them is a debt recovery tribunal. So he did not ask me anything apart from this. He told, so okay, you are directly going to the debt recovery tribunal. So tell me what are the steps that will take place inside the bank. So I was like, I am not an ex-bank employee. Then how can I know what are the process that is taking place inside the bank with respect to NPA recovery? So and he was expecting like the file will be seen and it will be passed to PO and it will be passed to manager and then a court case will be filed and then an affidavit something will be done and then the consultation will take place between the parties and then it will go to the debt recovery tribunal. So I was like, what the hell? Nobody will be knowing so much about this. If you know also, you can just have a guess here. You cannot have a exact information because I am not an insider of a banker. Rather, I have not taken any loan that has turned into NP and I have faced the problems in DRT. So I was like, instead of taking the risk and telling him false, I told, so no sir, I just know these things and I know other measures also. He told, no, I don't want other measures, you tell only this only. Then I said, no sir, I am sorry, I don't know. So in these five members, this person is Goa. Okay, then he passed on to this person. So he told me any scheme with respect to agriculture. I said the KCC and explained everything, and he was satisfied. So this person is also over. Only one question. And again, this person started. What is MSME? So I was knowing this completely, and I told him. And then he asked me about green revolution. I also told this also, and this person is also over. Then this person started. There are some rates that are released by RBI apart from policy rates. What are they? I was like, what are the other rates? I can. I was thinking. I took 1 minute of time, and I was thinking whether it can be a bank rate, MSF, or cash reserve ratio, or SLR, CRR, like this and all. But I did not get the answer. I just told him, sir, is this SDF or bank rate, etc. He said no. Then I did not want to take any risk, and I also said no. Okay. Then these four members got over. Then the lady, this one person passed to this person, and the lady asked me about Exim Bank. So I was knowing this and I answered with respect to Exim Bank also. And she told, okay, it is given for export and import. Whether commercial banks also gives for export? Then I said, yes, ma'am, commercial banks also gives the loan for exports. Then she asked, like, what is the difference between these two? So, like, I was not knowing the exact answer because nobody goes so deep in a question. So I told, ma'am, it can be a reason like. The interest rate given in the Exim Bank can be lower as compared to the commercial banks, since commercial banks works for profit, whereas Exim Bank works for promotion of export and import. And second point, I told it is categorically specified for Exim Bank, like export and import, like RRBs for agriculture and rural area. Okay, and I also told that like the pre-shipment loan will also be given in the Exim Bank so that it will promote or facilitate the exports and all. I told about this. I don't know if she was satisfied or not. Then she transferred again to the chairman panel member. And I was expecting another question. He was like, okay, all the best, thank you. I was like, what is happening for all these guys? And there are also so many comedy instances, like whether when I was asking this when I was answering this person, they started eating kurkure from his table. There were so many of kurkure and all he was eating, and this person went out and he was drinking tea or coffee and all. So I was like, "What is this? Is this an interview or not?" Because see, interview is something where we expect from both the sides. It's not only that the student gets prepared and studies everything and gives the answer. It is also a duty of all these people to be um, to be very strict, strict in the sense they should be friendly, but they should be dignified. It's like I'm asking I'm looking into this person, is this person is eating kurkure. So I was like what is happening here? It was like taken for granted. It is not only for me, it was for almost everyone. And they were, for some students and all, they were just asking their family details and if they have agriculture loan or not, and they are sending them back. So, like, how can they gauge a person's personality by asking these kind of questions? They are randomly putting marks, I guess, by looking into the qualification and the type of language that we use. And yeah, I almost answered all. If 6 questions were asked, I almost answered 5 questions, and I don't know how much it has been satisfied for them, but I am not satisfied because I was studying from past 20 days, all the economic terms, etc., all the current affairs, everything I was prepared, but the questions they asked was completely different. So one of my friend also had at an interview today, and he is working as a South Indian bank clerk. Okay, clerk at South Indian bank. So he entered, and as soon as he entered, they saw his profile, And after seeing his profile, they were like, "You're already working in the bank. Why do you need this?" So he told, "Sir, it is like private, government," and he started speaking about it. Suddenly, they stopped him and said, "You're already having a good job. Thank you." He was literally shocked to listen to that. Like they're not providing an opportunity to justify why he is coming for RRB also. They are like, your life is settled. You're already having a good job. Please, you can move. So at least as compared to that person, my friend, my interview is been better. So we need to see like why these panel members have lost their credibility, and we can't scold them also. We can't ask them also. It's left to the panel members itself. So we can't change all these things, and we have to accept the reality and wait for the results. Okay. So this was my complete, RRBPO interview. So we clear prelims, mains with so much of difficulty, with so much of competition, and if we and we also prepare for interview with 100% of our efforts. And if these kind of situation happens for us in the interview, then who can we blame? I think we should just get adjusted towards these things and get prepared for the other examinations. Because it is the duty of the interview to ask properly in a dignified way, and to check the knowledge and personality of a person, but they are not doing anything of that of those kind. Because it can be because of more number of candidates appearing. Because I know, I can understand they are also sitting from morning and taking it away for so many people, but still there should be a minimum threshold for every student. So we can't complain about it. It's okay, let's adjust and wait for the results. Okay, so this was the complete video, guys. If you like the video, please like it and share it with your friends and subscribe to my channel. That's all for today. Thank you.